Good morning, 10th standard. Today we will discuss The Poison Tree written by William Blake. In this poem, the poet has tried to convince the readers about how to balance the hatred and conflict from friend to foe. So it is not good how to handle the hatredness, how to handle the anger, which it may be on the friend or maybe on the foe, that is enemy. How to handle it, it has been discussed in this poem. So what it includes? Conflict resolved if it is with the friend, but with the foe it is not the same thing. So if we are angry with our friend, we will resolve it by discussing, with talking with our friends. But we don't resolve the same conflict if we have disagreement with anything with the foe or enemy. We don't go to resolve it. The second stanza says the comparison between the anger and the poison tree. The poet has compared the anger and the poison tree. How if we keep the anger, the conflict in our mind, how it grows like a poison tree, and it will bear a fruit. Ultimately, it will bear a fruit in the shape of plants and plants to destroy our foe. Next, nurturing the poison tree with the deception of smiles. So, how the poison tree is nurtured, how we just grow up the hatredness in our heart, how it is grown, the poison tree is grown, is we just show fake smiles on our face, and thereby we keep the hatredness in our heart, and by fake deceptive smiles, this anger is grown in our heart and mind. Ultimately, the tree bears a poison fruit. So, due to the deceptive smiles and deceptive reactions towards our foe, that will bear a fruit. This fruit is nothing but a poison fruit, and the foe becomes prey to the poison fruit and dies. The poet is happy about the death about his friend's foe, and thereby he gets peace of mind as he had destroyed his foe. So the first we will read about the poet, that is William Blake. William Blake from 1757 to 1827. He belonged to the pre-Romantic period in English literature. Although he did not have formal schooling, he became a mystic poet by his ability to see the world of God behind the physical world. So this is about the poet. He was not actually literature, English he has not done anything, he has not done any schooling. Still, he became a good poet, a famous poet of a romantic period. So here, this poem is for memorization, and pre-activity is given like all of us get angry sometimes or the other. If it is good or bad to express one's anger, why not discuss with your any friend. So whenever we get angry, whether it is good to discuss about this anger with whomever you are angry and resolve the problem, or you should keep this anger within yourself, and this hatredness should be grown. This is the question mark here. Let's read the poem. I was angry with my friend. I told my wrath. My wrath did end. I was angry with my foe. I told it not. My wrath did grow. So, in the first four lines, that is stanzas, first stanza says about he was he was angry with his friend. He told about this angriness with his friend, and as he told this angriness, his disagreement with about some matter, he told it with his friend, and that anger was resolved in a friendly way. And next two lines, I was angry with my foe. So it's the same way he was also angry with his foe, that is his enemy, but he did not tell about this anger to his enemy, and it started growing within himself. So whenever you hide anything, your anger, your feelings, any type of feelings, it won't resolve. Whenever you share with your feelings, it just if any conflict is there, any disagreement is there, it will get resolved if you resolve to talking, or like by sharing about this matter, it get resolved. But the poet did not tell his anger about his wrath to his foe, that is his enemy, and it started growing within himself like the tree grows. The same way his anger also started growing in his mind, and I watered it in fears night and morning with my tears, and I sunned it with smiles and with soft, deceitful wiles. So, what he has done? But the second stanza speaks about how he has nurtured the tree, that is a tree which is growing in his mind. A comparison, a metaphorical comparison here. A tree of anger is growing in his mind and in his heart, which is growing by way of fear is a feeling. If you it is a feeling that if you don't share, it will lead to something else. It will make you timid. And night and morning with my tears, when you fear and you start crying over your fears, that will lead to tears. And I sunned it with smiles, deceptive smiles here, and with soft deceitful wiles. I sunned it as the tree grows with the rays of sunlight. The same way the poet has grown the poisonous tree, a tree of anger, in his mind with the deceptive smiles, like he has compared his smiles and hatredness as the rays of the sun. Same way, as the tree grows with the help of rays of sun, here the anger, the tree, about a poisonous tree of anger in his mind, the poet's mind started growing with the help of the deceptive, fake smiles and wiles in his minds. And it grew both day and night till it bore an apple bright. And my foe beheld it shine, and he knew that it was mine. So he nurtured the tree in his mind with the help of the smiles, the wiles, deceptive wiles, and deceptive smiles. He didn't show off his anger on his foe. So it started growing. The hatredness started growing in his mind, and the ultimate result of this growth of anger and hatredness in his mind was like similar to a tree, a poison tree, which bore a fruit. A fruit here refers to apple. They have given an apple. So what is apple here? Apple, a poison allusion to the forbidden fruit in the Bible. So you must be knowing the story about Adam and Eve eating a forbidden fruit, which God has forbidden a fruit in the heaven. They still ate it even after saying not to eat. Same way, this fruit of the poison tree in the mind of the poet bore a fruit similar to the fruit apple fruit in Bible. So he knows, foe knows that the fruit is no one's but his friend, that is his foe, poet's enemy. He knew that the fruit in the poison tree in the mind of a poet is none other than the poet's bone fruit. So what he made, and he knew that it was mine. The foe knows that the fruit bearing, the tree bearing the fruit is none else but the poet's. And into my garden stole, when the night had veiled the pole in the morning, glad I see my foe outstretched beneath the tree. So here, in the last two couplets, he has said, and into my garden stole. Who has come to his garden? Garden is what? His mind. So the poet's foe entered the garden. A garden is nothing but this mind, the poet's mind. When the night had veiled the pole. So when the night was there, when in the night the foe entered the garden. Whose garden it is? It is the poet's garden. So it is said metaphorically here. Metaphorical here means comparing something into something else indirectly. In the morning, glad I see my foe outstretched beneath the tree. So, as he imagined, the fruit was borne by the poet in his mind in the poison tree. So, the tree is nothing but the hatredness and the anger. The poet, what he did, as he was angry on his foe, he started planning to destroy the friend. So he deceptively showed that he is in good terms with the foe, and that is why the foe tried to steal whatever fruit is bearing in that garden, in that poison tree, whatever fruit is bearing in that poison tree, he ate that. He ate that in the night. He came to the garden of the poet. The poet intentionally showed as if he has a beautiful tree in his garden, and it is bearing a apple which is made of poison. So he made the foe to enter into his garden and steal that apple. He had that the foe ate that apple, and in the morning he was found dead in his garden. What does it mean? So here, if we think deeply about this matter, it means nothing but when you have anger and when you have hatred in your mind, you secretly plan to destroy your friend. So you don't attack directly. You don't attack directly to your foe or your enemy by saying that I hate you, that I want to destroy you. You don't say it. You don't do any actions of such kind that is to show that you hate him. But on the other side, what you do, you represent, you show off as if you are in good terms with your enemy by your deceptive smiles, with your deceptive ways, your fake ways. You show the enemy that you are good terms with the enemy, and your enemy get convinced by your ways, and he started believing you. But on the other hand, your plan is just to destroy your enemy, and this hatred, a hatred called fruit, born by the tree in your mind, makes the enemy to enter into your life, and thereby you act in such a way that he should be believed by him as a good friend, and so deceptively you make him to creep into your life and take the fruits as if you have planned that he should be destroyed. As per your plan, he enters your life and you cheat him one or other way. You cheat him and you thereby destroy him. So, this is nothing but a metaphorical poem from which the poet has tried to convince the readers by saying that you should know to how to handle the anger, how to handle the hatredness in your mind. You shouldn't allow it to grow, but instead you tell should reveal whatever you think about someone, whatever you have in your mind. You should tell the other person on whomever you have such feelings. You should tell him. If you don't tell him, the hatred starts growing in your mind, and this hatredness may one day um, come out in the shape of some plans to destroy your enemy. So it is always better to share whatever feelings you have, whether it is a love or hatredness. You should share this matter with your other person, whomever you have such feelings. So a very beautiful poem. Go through the meanings and memorize this. Memorize this poem. All the stanzas of this poem are very important. It is on your examination part also. This is important, and in your life also, if you inculcate this attitude in your life, it is always better. So, Blake uses this poem as a warning to those who harbor grudges and allow the feelings of resentment to stay within oneself without solving them. So, communication is the best way to avoid the fruit of a poison tree. So, communicate whatever feelings you have in your mind. You should very well communicate this matter to your whoever it is. You should communicate this matter to them. So, read this, memorize this poem. Till then, take care. Namaste.